Hey, everybody on BookTube seems to want to do top 10 lists of books. So I figured I would make my list go all the way to 11 so that they'd be all that much better. But then yesterday it took me 18 hours to upload a 14-minute video. So it made me start seeing the beauty of top threes. Hey, Patrick here with 52 Books. Today I'm going to be doing a top 3 Westerns post. These are not going to be in any specific order because my 3 favorite Westerns are all just amazing for different reasons. So I don't know of any way that I could say this one's number 1, this one's number 2. So we'll just get right to it. The first one that we're going to talk about is True Grit by Charles Portis. So True Grit, you may have seen the movie with John Wayne or the newer remake. I actually prefer the remake. But True Grit is about a Arkansas girl whose dad is murdered by a hired man of his, and she has to go to the city where the courts and the marshals are, and bribe this old like retired on active duty marshal to go chase this guy through Indian territory and catch him. Along the way, they are joined by a Texas Ranger who also wants this same guy. So True Grit, the movies, both of them are great. I like the newer one better, but the book is even better than either movie. All right, the next book that I want to talk about is Dances with Wolves by Michael Blake. There's a cool story, especially for first-time authors or wannabe authors. When Michael Blake was writing this, he was writing it as a screenplay, and somehow he got the screenplay, he got Kevin Costner to look at it, and Costner convinced him to rewrite it as a novel. And so the novel Dances with Wolves is what he came up with. And then while he was finishing that novel, Kevin Costner basically took him under his wing, kept him alive, and kept encouraging him to finish this book. And then they took the novel and rewrote the screenplay that Kevin Costner was in. I think Kevin Costner used it as an excuse to smolder, basically. But y'all remember how slow and long the movie Dances with Wolves was? There's none of that in the book. It's a page turner. It's several hundred pages long, but I read the first half of it in one sitting, and I read the next 40% of it in the second sitting. So it's a page turner. The movie is very faithful to it, but the movie is paced much more slowly. All right, the third and final Western that I wanted to talk about today is Sackett's Land by Louis L'Amour. Louis L'Amour is my favorite Western author. He's written, I don't know how many dozens of books that have been published in only God knows how many languages. But the Sackett series is about this fellow named Barnabas Sackett, and it doesn't start out, the series does not start out as a Western. It starts out more as a pirate ship sort of book. It's about this guy named Barnabas that has to kill somebody in self-defense in England, and it happens to be a noble that he kills, so he has to flee across the ocean to America. And so he has all these adventures while he's sailing over there, and he has these people chasing him across the world to the New World, and he has to contend with savage natives and all this in order to try to build a life for him in this savage wilderness that was the United States, or America, the new continent. All right, so Sackett's Land, Dances with Wolves, and True Grit are my top 3 favorites. What are some of your favorite Westerns or Western authors that you think I ought to try to read? Leave me a comment here or on Facebook. And as always, use the buttons down there to like and subscribe, because it helps Facebook figure out how to show this to more eyeballs.